What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy, MM2K, back again with another episode of SSC Podcast, co-hosting it with our illustrious panel. Let me just get through all the Ghibli Gook and introduce them right now. First, we have our homie. He's back-to-back weeks. I don't know what to do with myself. My homie, Eddie Player One. Eddie, what's going on, my good friend?
What's going on, man? It's all right. I had a crazy night yesterday with tech going on. Oh, wow. My podcast had a few issues, but at the end, everything is all right. My soccer team won, and I'm happy.
Good. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Videos popping up everywhere. I had, hey, look, Eddie, I had technical issues, and I had videos popping up everywhere too, like this guy. Didn't mean to, though, but my homie, Project Storm, Mr. 4K Storm. What's going on, man? How you been?
Hey, yo, check it out, man. I've been pretty good, man. But the Mr. 4K thing, I told you how I feel about that. But you don't care though, MM2K. Cause see, the thing I'm learning about you, bro, is you don't care if you offend me, man. I just, hey, bro, and if you're gonna call me anything, call me AK Storm. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm trying to do new things right now. Now, but on the serious note, man, everything's been good. I'm glad that you all are okay. You know what I'm saying? After the show we had last week, man. Woo! Yo, good to see Eddie back in the building. That chemistry wouldn't have happened without all three of us. You know what I'm saying? It would have been lit, but not like that.
Yeah, that was
lit. But check. So it's good to see Eddie back in the building, joining us again, man. You know how it is. Eddie, if you need one of us, man, holla at us. You know what time it is. That's what we do. But yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm just ready to jump into the show. I'm looking at these topics right now. I got everything on my second display. MM2K, man. I'm ready to jump all the way in. Just tweet it out and everything. So, let's roll.
We normally rap on a regular basis, and I know you've been getting into that new PC, man. So I know you got a long laundry list of games that you done played since the last episode, man.
Yeah, I do have a list. At the same time, though, bro. It's just like I call it the Trinity, and I don't want to say the Holy Trinity or nothing like that. It's the gaming Trinity, man. Series X, Stadia, and PC, bro. I got to mention that because you would think that PC would take me off my Stadia. You know what I'm saying? You would think that it would just go ahead and kill things natively and all that, but that's not the case, bro. Nope. Hey, look, man, we'll get into that, but I've been playing a heck of a lot of games. Destiny 2, man. All the Ubisoft titles, Cyberpunk, Control, Destiny 2, you name it. I've probably been on it, man.
Absolutely. That's what is up, man. I've been a failure at gaming again. We're trying to get better, y'all. It's just trying to manage. We were doing different stuff on the channel. We're trying to prep again for the community-wide initiatives that we got and some other things that we want to do too. Look at this. We got this. Look at the sneaky guy right here. This sneaky member.
Ray. Hey, I give you a point. Hey, MM, I give you a point though, man, because I know, the unintentional lie that we were just talking about. Hey, I give you credit. I watched that whole thing, not knowing that was the case, and I liked it, man. I really. So I give you a point for that. One Cheeto point, one brownie point.
You'll take away 10, but give me one for that one.
I'll give you one Cheeto, one Funyun or something, But I'm proud of you, brother. Anything I see you on, man, because I know the work you be doing behind the scenes. But let's get into it. Ray, what's up? Everybody else that's in the chat that I can't see right now, what's up?
Absolutely. Hey, look, do us a huge favor because we got a great show for you guys. Definitely hit that Hunchback arrow below. Let everybody know that we're live. And in addition to that, we got a surprise for everybody. I don't want to get into the surprise yet because I just surprised the panel with the surprise. Say that fast 5 times. Let's go through the preliminaries. Eddie, Player One, what have you been playing, my good friend, since the last episode?
Formula One, I joined a tournament last weekend with the French community. Okay. This upcoming weekend, there's another tournament with the English-speaking community hosted by Claudia with a Chance of Games. And this Saturday, I'm going to host a Outcaster tournament. So if you didn't register yet, everybody, check out my Twitter and register for that event. There's going to be giveaways during that event as well, happening next Saturday afternoon. So stay tuned.
Definitely. Yeah. And Eddie, when you get a chance in between us going over topics, because I did want you to cover that. I was looking at that this morning. Please drop a link to that tweet in here too, because that's going to be an interesting tournament nonetheless. So anything else you've been playing, Eddie, in between episodes?
No, there are days when it's hard for me to go to sleep, and I don't know why. I sleep late, and those days I say, you know what? Let me play a round of PGA. So I am in bed using the mobile controller, and I play one round of PGA, and then all right, now I'm gonna go sleep.
Eddie, you know what? You're not the only one, man. Because I sit there and we just talked about it, man. How I'm in the bed and I'm just like, yo, let me just look at some kind of news or just look at. Let me see if I can hop on Stadia real quick before I go to bed. And
exactly,
so I know what you're talking about, Eddie. My problem is waking up too damn early, man. Like before my alarm clock goes off,
and then it ruins the rest of your sleep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but that's one of the great things about Stadia. Well, maybe not a great thing for our sleep, but it's a great thing about Stadia is that again, everything is so instant. It's so transferable. It's so convenient that you can be in bed and just say to hell with it. I'll play PJ 2K12. 2K21 on my phone, with the touch controls. It plays wonderfully with the touch controls. So, just one of the many things that adds to our insomnia, but it's a great thing, a great convenience of the platform. All right. Well, hey, Project Storm, again, we know you got the scrolls, brother. What have you been playing since the last episode?
All right. I'm going to break it down. Bro, I've been getting back into the hang of the mouse and the keyboard and mouse, man. I trained myself on PC and I carried it over to Stadia, and I think I'm all right, man. I'm not ready to go out there and broadcast and stream and go live in a Crucible on Destiny 2 or anything like that, man. But I got my my WASD down again, I think. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get the rest of the keys down now, man, because I've been controlling out for a long time with console gaming being at the forefront. And I carried that over to Stadia, and it just feels perfectly. It feels perfect on CCU and on the browser or whatever for Stadia. So PC was kind of tough, you could use a controller over there, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you're not a real PC gamer if you're not playing with that mouse and keyboard. And I'm like, all right, whatever, man. So I had to learn that, man. But that's what I've been doing. But a whole lot of games, MM2K, all of the Ubisoft titles, man, just Control. I haven't played Cyberpunk that much, believe it or not, but just been having fun jumping on games that I already own and the new ones that went on sale recently and stuff. So I'm loving it, man. For Stadia, hold on. For Stadia, I just won that chicken dinner. You thought I was going to mention that?
Okay.
The other day, I've been playing Stadia. Don't get it twisted. I'm not going to stop playing Stadia. I got on El Hiyo, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Dope game. I actually tried another one of those free titles that I probably never would have given us a look.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody else live streaming it too, man, with the girl. Ari, yeah.
Yeah.
Play some Ari or whatever, the beginning stages of that, and just jumping around. And that's the beautiful thing about it, the freedom and the flexibility, man, that I love about Stadia.
Absolutely. I think that the aforementioned mix up that we had where the video went live yesterday when it wasn't supposed to. And again, if you want to see that video, it's member content. And definitely we got Stadia Dosage stream, so we're not putting up an absolute wall from anybody seeing streams, but we got specific member content. And my first look is specifically for the members. It's something new that I created for the members. That being said, yeah, man, like I think my next episode is going to be that Ari. Is that
Ari and the Secret
Ari,
of Stevens, I think.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I definitely am interested in that, and I'm happy that I got this series. Like the members is helping expand my horizons, so Project Storm don't get on my case and beat me up all day for not playing nothing, because I played Outward, and me and Storm had this conversation. Like Storm really wasn't digging it, And I was thinking to myself, I said, man, Storm, he's a tough cookie. I might like this, but Storm was absolutely right. He was right again. Yeah, that thing maxes out at 1080p. And it's a good looking 1080p, but I can't do it.
And you know what though? MM? I went back to the Stadia extension, the very first extension, right? And I was able to force 1440p again and all that. But like I was able to see all the resolutions, but it said 1080p. Like for some reason, my device was set at 1080p, which is not too spectacular for me because I like anything over 1080p. You know what I'm saying? 1440p and higher. But hey, it is what it is. It played great. I got that dinner. That's all that matters. And Project Kills in the building. He said it was lucky, man, that I got that dinner. That's my brother right there. He said it was lucky. He was watching. See the hey. Let me say something real quick. The haters will come out, man. The haters will come out when you get that dinner. And now if the pressure's on Kill and everybody else out there in the chat to get a chicken dinner, you know what I'm saying? Chase, what up, Chase? You trying to run one, man? Let me know. I mean, we need to get these dinner counts up for 2021. PUBG cannot be slept on. Now, with that being said, MM2K, when are you getting back on that PUBG? Eddie Player One, when are you jumping back on that pub?
Look, man, I don't even know what you got to look, man. What had happened was all right. So let me go into the games I was no. I you know what? I was thinking about actually hopping on PUBG last week, and what happened? Oh, I was playing Outcasters. It was like between Outcasters and PUBG, and I was like, I got to do the video, my first look, and I really wanted to play PUBG, but I was like, I haven't touched Outcasters yet, so let me jump on this one. And as much as I like doing my rarity drive-bys on PUBG, I'm glad that I did play Outcasters. That was a real fun experience.
Oh yeah,
nonetheless. Is that it, Storm? Is that everything that you've been playing since last episode?
Man,
I know, yeah,
brother. I don't want to take the first 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we got something special planned for the people. But man, if you ask me, I'm gonna keep on going. Fallout 4, y'all. Fallout 4, beautiful. Madden 21 got me 2 dubs in a row. I'm over 500. You know what I'm saying? It's tough over there, and I know that game needs to come to Stadia. I know a lot of people are waiting for it. The damn playoffs are here. Madden's still not on the platform. MM2K. I hear the people out there talking and stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't know people, but it's off my radar right now. I'm sorry. Like when it does drop, I can't get enthusiastic about it because it just didn't happen in time for me. You know what I'm saying? I might dibble and dabble into it, but I wouldn't be trying to go climb the leaderboards and playing Ray Sherrod or Cloud Gamer 201 or somebody 1v1. I'm not into that no more, man. That's how I feel about it.
I know, I got you. The season's almost over. We're gonna talk, because these sports games they acted real janky. We got a special NBA 2K conversation coming up too. But real quick before we get into the special surprise, I know everyone's like, well, what the hell is he talking about? I've been playing, of course, Outward. Y'all saw that. Very interesting game. And I did Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Come on, MM2K. I've done Immortals Phoenix Rising. And that's, to me, I'm telling you, that game, even though a lot of people admit that they like it, I don't think that it's getting the accolades that it deserves. I don't know about y'all, and this is all on me, but I like Immortals Phoenix Rising more than I like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's just me. I just like the journeying aspect. I think it got a little bit more depth. I like the combat a little bit better, so I really think it's a game that's not getting its true accolades, but that's because Ubisoft dumped like 9 games on us all in like a 3-week span. So,
yeah. Now on top of that, Uplay Plus and all that, Ubisoft Connect and all that, man. You know what I'm saying?
All that, and Ubisoft Plus is a great investment. Eddie's in the back. Boo! He's like, shut the hell up. Ubisoft Plus is a great investment if you have access to it. I'm still impartial to why they had to lock it to the U.S. region, but nonetheless, it's a great investment because if you crunch the numbers, it'll take you 2 years of subscriptions to get to equal the amount of money that you would pay if you bought these games a la carte. So, those are my thoughts. All right. With that said, no further ado, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Do me a huge favor, everybody, because I got like 3 screens going, and I'm going to be keeping track of something special. So just so you guys are aware, now y'all know Project Storm, Eddie and I, we do our best job to try to keep a track of the chat. But again, if you want to participate and want us to see your comment immediately, definitely hit that super chat button. Any denomination is fine. You know, and that helps us and people with half a good eye like me to be able to see whatever you guys are saying and highlight it. Also, in addition to, man, the membership, we thank y'all so much for the membership participation. The memberships are just blowing up. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And again, like we talked about earlier, we got content for days out the wazoo for the members. We got 3 steady shows right now. We got more coming. One is called Channel Talk, where we review everything that's been on the channel and people's thoughts about the channel the prior week. We got My First Look, and then we also got the SSC After Party, which is going to be airing today around 2:30. So if you're a member, you have all those goodies to look forward to. And if you want to listen to the after party, definitely become a member. Hit that join button. Make sure you select that right tier, and we will be right there. Bars. All right. Anyway, hey, look, enough with the bibble babble. What is today's secret sauce or special delivery? Well, it's been a long time, and a Project Storm surprised everybody last week with our top 10 episode. We had a lot of fun that episode. That was
a lot of fun, man.
That episode was fantastic.
I mean, that's because Ray Sherrod and other people was in that chat. You know what I'm saying? Kill stopped through a lot of people. Charles was in there, a lot of other people out there, man. And then, you know, so because of the vibe, it just made me say, wait a minute, we got to do something for these peeps out here.
Absolutely.
That show up, man. And now I guess I assume you're trying to one up me or something.
You know how I do it.
All right. Well, let's get it. It can't be anything big. It can't be anything big, so it don't matter.
Hey, Storm, I don't know. You gonna see?
It can't be over $20 in value. I'm
gonna have to. I had to pull out the 4 aces. Here's what we're doing, y'all. Starting today, we are taking entries for a big giveaway. Come the first week of February, we are giving away a Stadia Premier bundle. Yo. Now, I would give this away today, but I want to be fair. Storm says no. Eddie said, damn it, can you be fair? I want to be fair, and I want to give everybody a shot. I repeat, Stadia Dosage is giving away a Stadia Premier bundle. Okay? And so we're giving you guys about over 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks to do this, because we're going to do the final drawing, I guess, on SML February 6th. We're going to do it February 6th. I'm not sure whose channel it's going to be on, but here's how it's going to work, my friends. All right. If you're a member, if you're you're going to get entries, and there's various ways to get entries. And what we do is we put all the entries inside our magical wheel, and we let the magical wheel pick the winner, like we did the last Premier Bundle entry that we had. So if you're a member of the Stadia Dosage News channel, you're already going to get entries. If you are a Dosage member, you already get 2 entries. If you are a prescription member, you get 5 entries. However, if you're a Sure Shot member, you already get 10 entries. For the PNTS Network Patreon, if you're part of the Stadia War Room, you get 5 entries as well. You can gain additional entries this way. Phone calls into SML will grant you 2 entries. Yappa entries, where you go to pntsnetwork.com and leave a Yappa comment. Again, pntsnetwork.com and leave a Yappa comment. You will get 2 entries for each comment, with a maximum of 2 entries a day. So we're talking about 2.5 weeks, up to 2 entries a day. You can also get an entry for going to Twitter and typing in the hashtag SML giveaway and supplying us with a question or a comment, and we'll read them, whether it's SML, SSC, we're going to read them live on air. So again, Stadia Premier Bundle. You want to gain entries between now and February 6th is when we'll be pulling the winner. If you're a member, you already get 2 entries for being a Stadia Dose member. You get 5 entries for being a prescription member, 10 entries for being a Sure Shot member. You get 5 entries for being part of the Patreon if you're part of the Stadia War Room. You can gain additional entries on top of that. In addition to that, by making phone calls during SML, that'll get you 2 entries. Making Yappa comments, that'll get you 2 entries. You can leave up to 2 Yappa comments a day. And you can go to Twitter and type in SML giveaway for 1 entry. And you know what? The hell with it. Just to kick it off, Storm, I got to outdo you, brother. I got to outdo you. I just thought about this. To kick it off, we're giving away $20 gift card today.
Woo!
We're giving SSC. We're giving away a $20 gift card today. We'll think of some type of trivia. You know what, Storm? I'm gonna let Storm think of the trivia because Storm is the inspiration for this. It would only be right for Storm to think of a trivia question, and the first person that gets it wins it.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can bring a question. I fucking love trivia.
Yeah, I'm done with the show. I'm not talking. I'm on strike. I'm just going to the chat, man. I'm going to the chat with mine, man. I'm going to the chat with what I got to say the rest of the show.
Aminar says, what do you get if you win? Something better than a PS5. You get a Stadia Premier bundle. Something that you can play Cyberpunk 2077 good on, Aminar.
Oh, man, I like that one.
So, yeah, we're giving away a $20 gift card before the end of the show. I'm going to let Project Storm do a trivia, and you know what I'm saying? And that's how we're going to do it, man. We're in a given mood. We're in a given mood, baby. All right. So, again, come to SML. You can do hashtag SML giveaway to leave a comment. All that stuff will give you entries in the big giveaway, which again will be officially February 6th. And we'll have a document. We'll have something up there for you guys, like I've had for previous giveaways. But this is big, man. This is big. So again, take note. Be ready. Be ready to leave comments on Yappa. Be ready to call in the SML. Do all that fun stuff. Join the membership community. All that stuff will grant you entries. Any questions before we go beyond all of that from the panel? But I know y'all salivating at the bit too.
No, I mean, I'm just in deep thought, man. Bro, we our stash is low, man.
I done burnt out the petty cash. I know.
You know what? Hey, the people deserve it, man. So we don't need the stash. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of it all. Get rid of it all.
Absolutely. So, what it do, bro? Shorty G in the house. What is going on? Good to see everybody again. Hit that hunchback well below. Let everybody know that we are live. We appreciate it. All right. We got some great topics today. So let's get into it, man. First and foremost, let's talk about it, y'all. What about this? LG is now partnering with Stadia and Geforce now. Not a lot of information. Well, not a lot of information altogether, but really hardly any information about the GFN part. But Stadia is partnering with LG. First, we thought that the TVs they would be part of the LG TVs during the summer, but it seems like it's not going to be towards until the end of the year. Let me put the story up. Let me see if I can find it right here. Let me see. There we go. Let me show you something. All right, there goes the story right here. LG's latest smart TVs will offer Google Stadia and GeForce Now in late 2021. One of the biggest appeals of cloud gaming is the ability to play anywhere in 2021. The vision will be even closer to reality. Today, LG has confirmed via The Verge that its 2021 TVs will include Google Stadia support as well as Nividia's GeForce Now. Update. An initial presser, LG pointed to Stadia app launching in the spring, shortly after the new TVs launch, but Google has clarified that the app will in fact be launching in late 2021. The article has been updated accordingly, and it looks like that the LG NanoCell OLED, QNED, BOBED. No, I'm just making. I don't know what the hell these TVs are, but there are a lot of TVs coming in 2021. In the latter year, you'll see Stadia direct Stadia app support. What do you guys think about this? What are your overall thoughts? Who wants to grab at this first?
All right. I don't always like to go first, but you know me, I'll take it. LG, this right here is big, man. It's big for a lot of different reasons. I'm a Samsung owner. I own the Samsung Q80T, right, y'all?
Yep.
But I thought about getting the LG C10, you know what I mean, or CX, however you want to pronounce that. It's really the C10, but it doesn't even matter what brand you're going with. If you're Stadia and you're Google or whatever, and you can strike a deal like that where millions of TVs are going to be shipped, and not just any TVs, not your grandma's TVs, you know what I'm saying? Or your grandma's or your uncle and your aunt, whoever. These are LG displays. That includes the OLEDs, and as you might see in the article, the QNEDs or QNEDs. That's coming out, new technology, right?
Yep.
For that to happen right there, and you can just go to an app, go to a Stadia app, MM2K, and start playing Stadia in up to 4K.
Crazy.
Hey, bro, on an OLED display, playing Stadia for the people that care about that kind of stuff, on an OLED display, man, best of the best picture quality, black levels, and all that color accuracy, and all of that stuff. That's gonna be big, man. And you're talking about millions. This app will be on millions of these TVs in people's homes, right?
Yes.
Now, that is, I think, is big on many different ways. Because again, you detach from the hardware, and you don't have to worry about that. Stadia, Geforce Now is mentioned in there as well. But we've already had this discussion millions of times about how Stadia, in our opinion, me and MM's opinion, that Geforce Now is inferior to Stadia at this point. Okay, when you look at the overall picture and everything, and the quality and the reliability, and the resolution, high resolutions and everything like that, Stadia is just doing it. It's just number one, and that's the bottom line. Now I could try to like BS and sugarcoat stuff and all that, but it's the facts though. Stadia is out here just doing things in ways that these other cloud services are just not capable of doing right now. So that's kind of big, just for those reasons right there.
Interesting. Eddie, what are your thoughts? How big of a deal is this native support of Stadia on LG TV starting in 2021?
It's starting in late 2021, if I'm not wrong, because initially they said it was going to be spring, but then it was corrected to late 2021. But still, it's huge, because it's not only you need to have a Stadia controller, or you need to have any video game controller that you have at home and you can pair with the Bluetooth of the TV.
Right.
And can you imagine if they say, yeah, right now you just bought your new LG TV, and guess what? You have 3 months of Stadia Pro together with it.
Yeah.
So you're buying a TV and you're getting a free console already with a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, Eddie. And then you just think about it, like the newer games are coming in, whatever they have on the roadmap for 2021 and beyond. Man, I mean, it's crazy. And you would think that support is probably going to be continued for at least a few years. You know what I'm saying? And if all goes well, that might just be that partnership that Microsoft and Samsung has. It makes me think about that. You always see Xbox and Samsung together. You know what I'm saying? Like, Xbox Series X plays best on Samsung displays. I can kind of see this happening. And I know that, again, GeForce Now is thrown in that mix already, but it's going to give people the choice. It's going to give people choice and preference as far as where they want to play. So if you've already claimed several Stadia games, you like the controller, you like the fact that Stadia goes up to 4K, you like the fact that you could stream on YouTube for free, and all these things that tie in, all these extra perks and bonuses, y'all, is what I'm thinking about as I think about the new people who are just going to wake up one morning and say, damn, I got this OLED display. Wait a minute. Stadia has an app on here. Let me just try it. It's free. They keep talking about it's free for 3 months. They're going to give us an additional 2 months if we sign up right now and all this. I think it's just going to, I'm happy because it puts Stadia in more people's mouths, because I'm sure there's going to be some kind of branding somewhere You know, it'd be dope if they had that on a package somewhere, like a little Stadia icon or whatever. That would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It depends on how this deal works out, but I'm keeping my eyes on it.
You brought up an interesting point, and that was actually part of our notes, but we might as well hop to it right now because it's a great segue. Let's talk about it. This article came out from Windows Central. And shout out to Jez Gordon. I just want to put out a disclaimer out here. Me and Jez Gordon have not always had we haven't always seen eye to eye, if I can say the least. But it's nothing personal. It's just that sometimes Jez is responsible for promoting the Xbox product, and sometimes they get overzealous when they do it, right? Like there was that time that Paul Thurrott put that thing out, that joke out there, and we went back and forth with Paul and said, "Oh, Paul, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? And then it was Brad Sams Brad Sams was being disingenuous when he said that because Xcloud doesn't perform well, cloud gaming in general doesn't perform well, and then we had to, correct him on that. Jez Gordon has been guilty as well. If y'all can't remember, Jez Gordon is the one that came up with the Xcloud article that stated, now that Destiny 2 is on Xcloud, it renders Stadia useless. And that's an opinion piece, but it wasn't that byline that was the problem. The problem was the information and the guts within it. It was very misleading, not based on facts, didn't explain what Stadia was well, led people astray for the purpose of trying to extenuate their point. If you got to do that to write an opinion piece, it's a problem to me. Because it's a problem to consumers. It leads them astray. Anywho, that was 13 months ago. 13 months later, after all the rhetoric and stuff Jez has said on Twitter, you now have this article that says Google Stadia on LG TVs is a glimpse at Xbox Game Pass inevitable future. Now, you see how we flipped that in a Game Pass? But if you read the article, I think it's a good article. I think it's a fair article. I don't agree with all the points, but who cares? I mean, we know who he is. He's somebody that likes Xbox. So, I urge people to read it, because my question now, back to the panel, first Storm and then Eddie, now that we know Stadia is coming out on LG TVs at the end of this year and Geforce Now, I don't think Microsoft is too worried about Geforce Now, but we know that they're worried about Stadia. Yeah. When should we expect to see? Do y'all expect to see Xcloud pretty much, or Game Pass on Samsung TVs this year?
Well, Xcloud on Samsung TVs, yes, I do. Phil has already hinted at the fact that they're trying to come up with some kind of like hardware device, whether that be like a USB type device or whatever. So they're already working on something like that. So I can see that being a counter move. We know that they believe in counter moves and strategies and stuff like that. But right now, before I jump deeper into it, man, this almost makes me think that Amazon might have to make a move with Sony or something like that. Like as I'm sitting here thinking, because now that's a hell of a partnership right there. It's a hell of a brand to pick. LG, you know what LG is. I don't know if you have a Samsung TV, Sony, Vizio, TCL, whatever you have. You know LG when you hear LG. So for Stadia to go out there, if you just look at this title right now, man, let me just read that one more time. Google Stadia on LG TVs is a glimpse at Xbox Game Pass's inevitable future, right?
You
know what though, and I can even see. I don't know. It makes me think. It just makes me think a lot, man. I think that's just like you have that dynamic duo that I just talked about with Samsung and Xbox. Then you have now Stadia, seemingly, and LG. Oh man, it's gonna get heated. That's all I'm saying.
So Eddie, Eddie, you back yet?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay. So
Eddie, for me, this is just the start or something that we will see this trend continuing moving forward. Not only with LG, and I feel like it's not gonna be exclusively, let's say, a partnership deal with Stadia only. You will see Geforce Now on LG TVs. The only thing is that You will see GeForce Now, but you will see Game Pass Ultimate with their cloud version on TVs, but they are not ready. They won't be ready by the end of this year.
Yeah.
They won't be ready by half of next year, I would say.
Yeah.
Because they are still trying to push these new consoles that they just made it.
Yeah. And I was thinking more like marketing for marketing purposes or whatever. The fact that we're sitting here talking about Stadia on LG TVs, you know, that's what you see in lights. GeForce Now, again, it was thrown in there. But again, like Moss said earlier, the whole focus was not on GeForce Now. When Phil said what he said months ago about, you know, who they were focused on, it was Stadia and who else was it? Amazon and Google. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about, just like the marketing rights and how they could market that stuff. But you're right. Do I expect Game Pass to be on damn near everything that it can be on in the near future? So
the only one that I don't think that maybe will be a little bit late to come, it will probably be on Sony TVs. Because on Sony TVs, they will push something. I don't know if it's gonna continue being called PlayStation Now, but I feel like PlayStation is gonna push something on Sony TVs, but not that soon.
Yeah. Because PlayStation's already dipped their toe in this. We can't forget they've already tried this. Like I remember on my original Samsung, I had bought a Samsung TV. It's a funny story. Maybe I'll tell it in the after hours show. I don't want to. It's a crazy.
And then, then make sure we we got to holler at Alpha Mel about a comment that Alpha Mel made right here. He brought up something that we had just talked about. It. I've seen you all discussing a little bit recently. Go ahead though.
No. Let me see here. If I can get Discord, I can't stand Discord's messages. He says they haven't upgraded the blades exactly.
Yeah, and see, that's what. And so Chase was. I think it was somebody on Twitter might have dropped something like that about the fact that they might not even have to do that. So we can get into that later. I don't want you to lose your thought though. But But you know, with the software related ray tracing or whatever that they were just highlighting on Twitter and everything, and we had already heard about it and known about it. But
you're talking about because of the the Vulkan APIs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we got to see how much updating they might need to do, because we know, like, again, I just have to remind people that these games are coming from the Stadia data centers at 120 hertz already, 120 FPS. If we're to believe what they're saying, the engineers and everybody, and Maj Bakar and whoever. So I'm just thinking about maybe we might not even have to worry about.
No. See, here's the problem with it, and all of that plays a role. Don't get me wrong, and Eddie chime in too to fill in any gaps that I may leave. All that plays a role, but I urge everybody to watch the Microsoft 2020 developer stack, where they pretty much talk about their entry into cloud gaming. They have to upgrade those server blades, because in order to get it, not just for ray tracing, but in order for the capabilities, the power of what's capable with Xbox via the Xbox Series X, that is, they either got to upgrade the server blades to the Xbox Series X or to the Xbox Series X server blades, or in a more, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? In a way that I think will benefit them better long term, if they start using server blades that are specific to sole cloud gaming solutions, like how Stadia is. And they've dropped hints that they might be doing that. They've dropped hints that they said, hey, look, there might be an Xcloud version of a game and a Xbox version of a game, to where prior they've never talked like that. Everything was supposed to be universal, right? So let me see. I see Eddie here dropped a chat to drop something here in the chat. Software ray trace possible status, but yep. And I saw that. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I know that there's a lot of software based ray tracing that's possible, but I think overall, for the power that Xbox is trying to push, that they are going to have to upgrade those server blades from the Xbox Series S, just for the simple fact that the big bottleneck is that Jaguar CPU. It's
Yeah, I
such a
know,
big.
but now are
Go
we
ahead.
focusing on Stadia, or is I wonder if we were? So, what you think he was referring to, Xbox or Stadia for the Blades?
I think he was talking about Xbox.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
I think he was talking about they haven't even upgraded their server
Let us
blade.
know, Alpha Man, on the chat if
Yeah,
you're
let us
meaning
know if you
the.
were talking about.
Maybe, yeah. Let us know, Alpha Male, if you're still here. That would be good.
Yeah.
But either way, on both sides, though, that discussion is being had. With definitely with some of the gamers like us. We're definitely having that discussion, so it might be beneficial for both sides to be.
No, it's a great discussion. I mean, look, they got at their disposal, Eddie. What was that? Bethesda's Tech. What was it? What was that? I forgot, Orion, right? Where it could make. I mean, you got to develop it at the game engine level, but they can make games move faster. So, I mean, they got a lot of things at their disposal. But what are your thoughts on them having to upgrade the server blades in order to be playable
Oh,
on TVs?
okay.
Because right now the server blades are limiting the output to 720p and on
Right.
phone. In order for them to get ready for TVs, what do you think that they need to upgrade?
I'm not sure if they will move away that soon from a console-based blades, because
Yep.
their blades today, it's a version of their console.
Yeah.
So, in order to deliver a 1080p at least on TVs, they will need to upgrade the blades. That's in fact because our architecture, the way they're delivering, there's not so much AI on behind on that thing. It's just a hardware from an Xbox. There's no cloud. It's just somebody else's Xbox. Differently from what we have on Stadia. Stadia, it's basically a computer that have all of the hardware power. That there's a custom GPU and etc. That it allows you to integrate AI solutions such as with ray tracing from Vulkan, or using the example of DLSS from Nvidia.
Yeah. And I just think there's just I mean, to your point, Eddie, I know there's things that they can do to where the upgrades won't need to be immediate. But if I'm Xbox and I'm known for my consoles and I'm a Project Storm, right? And I got my Xbox Series X, and with all the bells and whistles, all the graphical upgrades, I'm expecting before I move to Xcloud. If I'm a Storm, and look at me talking about Storm like he ain't on the panel, but if I'm a Storm,
because I know what you're saying. Go ahead. You know me well enough. Go ahead, man.
If I don't get all those graphical bells and whistles out of whatever Xcloud's upgraded version is going to be,
and we as Microsoft, we won't offer you all of those bells and whistles on the cloud because we are selling our premium device. So if you want to get the perfect experience, you gotta buy our premium device. And if you want to play on the go, or if you want to just chill out and play on a TV, just somebody not as heavy gamer as Project Storm, you can have a basic experience with the cloud gaming. But if you want our premium product, you got to spend $500 and buy the hardware, at least for this generation.
I think they might make it more appealing than that, though, Eddie. For real, I think they might include it into the stick, but they might bundle something like Game Pass on the stick, like with you get access to it once you buy it. I think that with the migration, and I know, MM, we don't want to get carried away, but this is always good stuff to talk about, man.
Absolutely.
With the move to the cloud, we know that the cloud is on their radar because Xcloud exists, but I just can't see them. I see them just like with Game Pass trying to push it into more homes because they're trying to corner 1 billion or more people is the ultimate goal. Same for Stadia, same for Amazon. They're in it to get the biggest piece of that pie, that market, the market segment and all that. So I could see them really trying to make it more appealing to the point where you might not want to buy it. You might not need to buy that $500 console or the $300 console. But if you do have them already, you're definitely going to be able to use those consoles like we already know. You're going to be able to use them to stream or whatever and do all of these things with Xcloud, I'm sure. So I think it's interesting for all of these platforms that we're talking about, man. But Stadia is in a unique position because they are already doing that research and that data analysis and everything, collecting data and all that stuff in those different phases that we talk about all the time. They're already deep into it with tons more data and on different spectrums like 4K, 1440p, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already ahead of the game.
We know that there's going to be other solutions
for
cloud gaming as well, but it's a long way for them to come to Stadia level. It's like you ain't on my level. Like Stadia's playing, bruh. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me. You ain't on my level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Facts, though, Eddie.
Right, but they can't slip. They can't slip because we know that Microsoft capable of making moves. They splashed 7.5 on people's head just to say, hey, remember, we got big pockets. You know what I'm saying? We don't play them games. Like if you slip, we'll buy your favorite company up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just right there. That's what we need as gamers in general to push this cloud gaming thing forward. So we're here today talking about TVs having this access to these apps and everything that is going to allow Stadia and Geforce now and everything to be played. Overall, it just increases the potential of the cloud in the first place, man. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yep. Shout out to the homie Alpha Mel. He said, not only am I going to break it down for y'all, but I'm going to do you one better.
All right.
He said he became a member. So
that's what's
now
up.
Alpha Mel gets some free entries. He gets access to some great content, and he answered our question. He was talking about Xbox, which is why if people are tuning in right now, they're like, why the hell are you guys talking about Xbox on the Stadia podcast? Well, this is all relative because to me, this is another example, Eddie and Storm, and y'all tell me how y'all think about this before we move on. To me, this is another, and I'm not trying to beat up on Xbox. I'm just trying to set the stage here so everybody can see everything from 5,000 feet. But this is another example of Xbox getting ahead of the megaphone, talking something up, but then someone else producing before them. Like they talked up cloud gaming so bad, and then the first group that came, remember Phil Spencer, I don't have to sell you a console. We're a long way from that. And now here it's actually Stadia that's making the sole cloud gaming solution come to fruition. Now it's, we're going to be on TVs. We did this partnership with Samsung. Watch out. And now here it looks like that Stadia is going to be on TVs in a significant way before Xbox. I mean, any thoughts on that? Is this a chink in the armor of mind share to Xbox? Like, why are they always last with this, or you don't think it's a big deal?
I don't think it's a big deal because right now, as I said, in my opinion, they are trying to push still a little bit on the battle on the hardware. They sold the units and their gamers, majorly the Xbox gamers, are still excited to see what's about to come. They bought all of those dozens of studios.
Yeah.
And people are excited just to wait for those games to come. So I think Xbox and Microsoft has their eyes on the cloud, but their heads right now are on let's make our console successful right now on this last gen of console wars, if we may say.
Yes, sir. And Eddie, and now that you mentioned the console wars, it's going to begin the cloud wars, man. I mean, we might as well get ready for it. Whether you choose to take part in it is on you, but it's inevitable, because the reason why the Xcloud gamers, and I've tried it myself, so I consider myself one. The reason why they're not as vocal right now is because they know that there's just no argument right now when it comes to Stadia and Geforce Now and whatever. They just can't. They don't really have the advantage right now, so they can't really come at everybody's neck, because then it's kind of like that challenge I put out there, to a friendly challenge, like, hey man, if you out there in the cloud, especially if you're on Xbox, man, put up your
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just get it popping. And nobody responded. Nobody came back at me or nothing. I just had that. I had that Division 2 Stadia gameplay just looking good. Just looking shiny and good at 4K, and nobody, not even within the Stadia community, nobody.
I got to do it.
It took it on, man.
I got to do it. My brother Showstopper. Now y'all might know who Showstopper is. He used to be part of BGST. I'm calling out my brother Showstopper because we all joke around behind the scenes. I remember when Xbox first announced that Xcloud was going into its beta, right? And it was merging with Game Pass. And they had that great commercial. Remember that? They had that fantastic commercial that we was all like calling up. We was all on the red phones calling up Stadia. Stadia, how in the hell did you let them drop this commercial before you, right? And remember the Razer Kishi that they were selling with that. And I remember everybody that's in my DM, in this DM, that's a big Xbox fan, was like, "Yeah, man, I'm buying my Razer Kishi for $100." And I said, "Bro, when that thing comes, it's going to collect dust. You're not going. You are a hardcore console gamer. You're not going to be playing on XCloud based upon what your experience has been on the console. Oh no, I'm gonna be playing. No, XCloud is the truth. It's dope." Silence. Ever since then, nobody is playing on XCloud on a regular basis in large numbers.
For then, cloud gaming was mobile gaming, bruh. That's different.
Yeah.
That's what you always said, MM, as well. Cloud gaming is not only mobile gaming.
Yes, absolutely. It expands beyond that. The homie American Goulet, shout out to Goulet. He says Google is good with codecs. If they start using efficient codecs and reduce internet requirements even further, they may reach even more people. Absolutely. Great point. All right. Man, that was a hell of a discussion. Again, it's heating up. Like Storm said, it's heating up. And I do also agree with Eddie that their big focus is on their hardware. Don't fall into that trap and still believe in, oh, I ain't got to sell you a console. That strategy has been abandoned for a more hardware focused strategy right now. And then cloud gaming will just serve on the periphery at the moment until it becomes more mainstream. So, all right. Great discussion, y'all. Let's see here. What else we got next on the docket? LucasArts and Ubisoft. Let me see if I can bring up this article. Now, there was headway made when LucasArts had announced a partnership. Let me make that bigger too for people that are trying to see this damn article. When when LucasArts said that they were partnering with Bethesda to make an Indiana Jones game. And then there was a lot of talk about, oh, that's going to be exclusive and all that. And we'll talk about that in the after show. But then they kind of like smothered the enthusiasm on that by the very next day, which I thought was peculiar. You would think they would make this announcement next week, but the very next day they announced a partnership with Ubisoft and Massive. Apparently, let me just read the article. This is from Polygon. It reads, new Star Wars game coming from Ubisoft, the Division Studio. Massive Entertainment announces new open world Star Wars adventure. Ubisoft is making a new Star Wars game. The publisher of Disney Lucasfilm Games announced Wednesday that the new story-driven open-world Star Wars adventure is currently in development at Ubisoft Massive Entertainment, the Swedish studio, known for its work on Tom Clancy's The Division series. The untitled Star Wars game will make most of Massive's cutting-edge technologies, including the Snowdrop engine, which is a hell of an engine, to deliver a groundbreaking Star Wars adventure. Ubisoft said in a news release, Yves Guillemot, co-founder and CEO of Ubisoft, called the announcement the beginning of a long-term collaboration. Whoa, I didn't even read that part. A long-term collaboration with Disney and Lucasfilms Games. Who wants to grab this first? What are your overall thoughts? Massive, Ubisoft, Lucasfilm Games, Star Wars.
I think it's going to be crazy, especially for those fans of both Ubisoft and Lucasfilms or whatever, the Star Wars games and all that stuff, man. It's just if you start thinking about the scope and the scale of what that could look like, what that could play like, the visual prowess or whatever, man, of that game, and it's just going to be so, if they do it right, and I think they will. That collaboration seems deadly to me, right? I think it's going to be another AAA banger that the gaming industry so needs right now, man. I really do. I know damn well I'll be ready to buy it day one. So no matter what it looks like, it's gonna be hard for me to imagine that one being garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna push boundaries. MM.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big deal. Eddie, what are your thoughts on this collaboration?
Do you remember the last Indiana Jones games you played?
Whoa, geez, Louise! I think the last. No, I don't. I can tell you the last LucasArts game that I played, which was a game called Armed and Dangerous. But Indiana Jones game, no. I can't think of one.
Yeah, I played the Lego Indiana Jones. I talked about that yesterday on the Digital Freedom Filter podcast. But I'm kind of excited, especially if I don't know if they will coincide with a new movie release. That could be a banger. But it's crazy to see that the studio behind the Division 2 will work on the Star Wars game. Oh, Star Wars, Indiana Jones game. No, wait.
No, that Massive is doing. They're doing Star Wars.
Yeah, they're doing that major Star Wars. Major.
I picked it up. I'm sorry.
But Bethesda's doing the Indiana Jones game.
Right. Bethesda is the Indiana Jones game, and we're talking about the LucasArts film, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Ubisoft with the makers of the Division 2 will work on a Star Wars game. Mm-hmm. That is going to be crazy. If it resembles anything that resembles a little bit the mechanics they use it with the Division 2 with Star Wars, if they continue using that the engine that I won't recall the name right now, I'm sold, man. I'm really, really sold.
Yeah, Snowdrop engine. Oh my gosh! Yeah. I mean, that's
Division 2, right?
Yeah, that's Division 2. My question is, I know this is going to sound stupid. This is going to go back to the new God of War is going to suck because you can't jump. There is no jump button,
right?
In the new in the Snowdrop that we've seen of Snowdrop. Like, do we like? It's not is I don't want to say it's a very efficient and very impactful engine, and it looks good, and it's it's very smooth. But I don't know if it has the versatility of the other engines that Ubisoft uses. For instance, the engine that they use for Assassin's Creed. Do you think that's going to be a problem for Massive Storm then, Eddie, or do you think there's something they'll figure out?
Hopefully they made the best decision possible when thinking about like a project of this magnitude, man. Hopefully they know what works best for them. And, I guess they figured that the graphical, like, again, the visual fidelity and everything that they're aiming for and the scope and scale that engine will be able to pull it off. Because if not, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. What you think,
I'm confident that they made a good decision.
I'm sorry, Storm. I thought you were finished. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I'm confident that they made the best decision. They chose the best engine or whatever.
Yeah, no, nothing. It's confirmed that they will use this Snowdrop, but I'm happy just to know that that's the studio responsible from Ubisoft to bring whatever they are bringing. So I'm excited. I love the job they did with the Division. Yeah, and I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with Star Wars.
So where did Snowdrop come from? Where were you just wishing MM2K when you brought that one up? You were just wishing that they used it, or what?
No. It's Snowdrop is the engine that's used in Division. So they said here in the article, the untitled Star Wars game will make the most of Massive's cutting-edge technology, including the Snowdrop engine, to deliver a groundbreaking Star Wars adventure. So my question was that from what we saw of Snowdrop, as far as I know, Snowdrop could be more universally used, but I thought Snowdrop was just explicit to Division.
Okay.
And from what we see from the Division, opposed to what we see from Assassin's Creed, you may see a little bit more flex. You may see some more layers in Assassin's Creed: swimming, jumping, climbing, but where the Snowdrop engine is a great open world engine, and it's a lot more efficient, it's a lot more optimized, and it's a lot smoother, So I was just.
But hey, man, that's the current version of the Snowdrop. Nothing's stopping them from making an update.
Yeah.
And add all of these features that they are missing, like you said.
Yep. True. You know what? This screams to me, y'all. Say bye to Division 3. Ain't no Division 3 coming no time soon.
They keep bringing updates to the Division 2, man. I don't think they will make it the Division 3. I don't know even if there's any story from Tom Clancy's that could bring it to the Division 3.
Yeah. I mean, do they really need a Division 3? Like, a Division 2 could be an ongoing game like Destiny 2. You know what I'm saying? Christopher Torres in the chat says, MM2K, all engines have a jump feature. I mean, I can laugh out loud, Division 2. Yeah, I don't see a problem for jumping. All sounds a little silly. They can figure out to have a character jump in. Good point. All right. So with that said, any final thought? I mean, one final question I had. I thought it was peculiar, because apparently Lucasfilm Arts Games is a new studio that's based upon publishing and collaborating with these developers to bring, Lucasfilms and Disney titles to life. What do you guys think about the notion that they made this a major announcement Tuesday? Tuesday. And then they went and made another major announcement like this yesterday, kind of smothering the announcement they made Tuesday. What do y'all think about that?
I think it might generate excitement and show that they have some major projects ahead of them. So maybe investors and whoever might get excited about this, and they might have been a move for stocks or whatever. If you think about how close in proximity that is, it doesn't really sound like it makes sense to me. Man, it's easy for one to get lost in the sauce, but if you come out with two great announcements like that, like I said, it could add to that excitement. So I can see it from two different angles, man.
Yeah. Alpha Mel has a question for us. He says, what do you guys think is stopping Stadia from expanding into even more countries?
Just time and the technology, and just making sure that quality and everything, the infrastructure, and make sure the quality is going to be there, because the last thing you want on any part of this planet is for Stadia to be running like straight trash. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that on your repertoire. You don't want that as part of your resume. You don't want that to be linked to what you want Stadia to be. So I think that it's just a time-based thing. I'm very happy that I'm in the territory where it released first. I can tell you that much, because man, if I had to wait, and that right there, this is always a good conversation though, you all, because imagine we had to wait. I want y'all to imagine this for all the Stadia gamers in here right now. Imagine if you had to wait, like if you were on the other end of that whole the whole story, and you hadn't gotten your hands on Stadia yet. Imagine how other people feel in those territories, man.
Let me tell you a story, Project. I have a few Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups talking about cloud gaming from Brazil, and people are desperate.
Right.
They are praying still, because in Brazil they received Xcloud, but it's Xcloud, it's not cloud gaming beta, so it is with latency. It's not everybody that have received the invite, and whenever they're playing, it's only 720p on cell phones, and the quality is not good. The lag is input, but they're still passing and say, hey, no, we are in beta, so please be patient with us. So they are using VPNs to play on Geforce now, to play on Stadia, and they're craving for the cloud game solutions arrive there.
Yeah, man. It's you. Were you done?
No, I had a quick story here to share with these 20 people that are on chat, and I feel like nobody will talk to anybody else. But I have a little bird working, let's say, on the industry, on Europe. And unfortunately, in recent conversations with Stadia and Geforce Now. Apparently, Geforce Now will arrive this year in more territories than they are, and Stadia will arrive next year. So, unfortunately, for my friends in South America, the likelihood of having Stadia in South America this year, it's at the moment it's very small.
Oh, so it's not. Wow. Geez.
Yeah, and see that right there, man. And see, it's kind of like waiting for the Maddens and stuff like that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like after a while, you're like, well, dang. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Dang, it took so long now that I've moved on. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, and then again, it might not be that way. Yo, that's kind of like the downside. It's this, there's two sides to this whole coin, man, and that's one of the downsides of these rollouts and everything. It sucks because that right there would have boosted up the user base and everything like tenfold, exponentially or whatever. So
Yeah.
that always just sucks.
I totally agree. I mean, geez, I don't get. I mean, I get it, but then I don't get it. I get it that you don't want to move too fast, but I do think that the urgency set to South America isn't urgent enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be all in South America. I mean, so it must be. I don't know. I'm just pulling something out my rear end. I don't know if Google just has a bare bones existence in South America altogether. It could be tax related. I don't know what it is. Nothing
Right.
makes sense to me. I'm not the $1 trillion company, Storm, but if I was, I want to be first in South America. You know what I'm saying? Like that console wise is Xbox country. Am I right?
Xbox got that right, and they have a strong presence in Brazil, similar to Sony. Not as powerful as Sony is in any other country, but Xbox is expanding their line of products over there.
Why not make Xbox sweat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the land, make them sweat there. You know what I mean? And
it comes back to that quality thing that we're talking about. You don't want to risk, because it's a rat race. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Who can get there first? And that's why Stadia came out first, and people gave them hell for coming out first and feeling like it was bare bone and everything like that. And I understand why people felt that way, because a lot of the features were not there that people thought were going to be there for some reason, even though Stadia had never said that all features would be there day one. But yeah, I mean, it's something to think about, man. It's something to think about.
Absolutely.
It is hard to, because in North America, we know Stadia is okay. Stadia is available here, guys. You just go and purchase a Premier Edition if you want to. Right. I know in Europe, with in UK, they started that deal with BT.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then they did a deal with Verizon as well in US, right?
Yes.
And I feel like on this South American or even Eastern Europe countries, they will need to do this deal with telecoms as well to promote it. So, hey, I am myself as a telecom, I'm going to bring you all of this base of users. So Stadia, you need to give me something, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like the telecoms will need to do a better deal with Stadia to offer, you're going to use my infrastructure to bring the servers close to the clients. And by bringing the server close to the client, we're going to do a better deal. So I feel like that's the kind of negotiations that may be in place between Stadia and the ISPs locally.
All right, hey Eddie, I'm glad you brought the ISPs up, because Verizon, you know what I'm saying? I reached out to them regarding that free Premier or edition that we're talking about here, right? And I think you have to be in a certain tier. Like I'm in the best tier that they have. So you have to be in one of the lower tiers, I'm assuming, to get access to that. They still might have some available if you are here in the States and you have Verizon as your ISP. Hit them up or whatever and just see if they have any more, you know what I mean? And ask them if the promo is still live. They might have it for your actual plan. So
Yep. All right. Great discussion, man. Interesting to see how this folds. It's a little disappointing. Let's see how, again, it would be a little disappointing to see it not come to fruition until next year, but we'll see. But interesting stuff from Eddie and thoughts from Storm, definitely. All right, y'all, let's move on to the last topic. We got like 5 minutes before we got to get ready for the after show. And again, if you want to be part of the after show, definitely hit that join button that you see below. Pick either the prescription tier or the sure shot tier, and you'll get access to all Stadia Dosage News video content. And also, don't want anybody to forget, we are going to kick off I almost forgot the damn giveaway. So yeah, you know what? Let's do the giveaway right now. It's a question, and Eddie provided the question, right? Or did you have something, Storm? I know Eddie provided something. Did you have a trivia question?
Yeah, mine might be too hard. I don't want to make it like
hard working project. Then it's $20, man. Chet gotta work hard.
Yeah, well, since MM is giving things out like it's charity, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I mean, so.
Oh yeah, so you guys better. I hope y'all had y'all Wheaties. Okay, Storm, give the question, and the first person with the right answer will get the $20 gift card. Go. So I'm turning it over to you, my good friend.
All right, now, so Eddie, you sure you didn't have one, man? If you had a tough one, because mine might be borderline tough and borderline. I think it's fair if you've done your Stadia research for mine. So, what do you think, Eddie?
There you go. Let's go with yours.
All right, hey guys, I had me, MM, he knows I'm thorough with mine. I had like 7 questions listed right here in case I didn't want to go with one of the other ones. So. I might hit you all with this right here. The first person to answer, you might be that winner. Now, if you don't want to steer Premier Edition and you don't need it, other people in here might be trying to get their hands on it. So you could do that. You could be considerate and pass it, or just fail to answer or give the incorrect answer. If you are here in the community or whatever, if you feel that way, it's on you. If you want to win another one, it's up to you. But here it is. Here's the question.
Correction here right now. The question is for the giveaway.
Oh, it's for the $20. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking, hey, MM, I was about to give away that Premier Edition, boy. Hey,
no, dude,
you're absolutely right.
Wait, yeah. Let me explain it properly. Good point.
Right, yeah, go ahead and do that right now because I was about to give it away, man.
Yeah. So right now, this is going to be either a gift card, a Google gift card, or cash equivalent, because Dr. Spaceman he said US only. I'm tired of this.
I was about to give it away, man. I forgot you said February, because I'm so used to just giving it away right now. But here's the deal.
We're doing a gift card right now. And then I just want everybody to know that this is just kicking off our big event, which is on February 6th. We're giving away Stadia Premier Bundle. We'll reiterate the details, but you're going to want to leave yappas. You're going to want to participate in phone calls. SML giveaway, the hashtag, use that. But we're just kicking it off right now. We're giving away a $20 gift card or $20 equivalent. So that's what you're winning. That's what you're going for right now. And we will rehash the details on the big giveaway, which is the Stadia Premier Bundle, which we're giving that way on the 6th. But you can start participating now.
There you go. And there you
all
have
right.
it.
Now we got it.
All right, here's the question. First one in the chat with the answer. You know what it is. You got to be fast, though. Here's a question. Who was hired to run the new Stadia Games and Entertainment Studio in Playa Vista, California?
Ooh.
There you go, Chet. Go.
That's a good one.
I'm not repeating it either.
Are you saying that you are standing still by that question?
Let me see.
All right. If we don't get an answer in like 10 seconds, I will repeat it.
I'm
not that cruel.
I don't see no chat. I don't see nobody in the chat.
All right, chat. Here we go, chat. One more time. Who was hired to run? All right, Charles in the building.
Charles in the building.
Charles again.
Charles Red.
Of another.
Yes.
SSC giveaway.
That's right. That's right. And we got more to come. So definitely, man. Some great stuff here. Great panel, definitely. And where we can give away stuff, we'll definitely be doing that. So, what did Amunar say? He says whoever they was, they ain't doing a good job. Hey, Amunar, Shannon Studstill is from Santa Monica that helped create for God of War. So you better zip it.
Yeah, man.
It's not like she was an employee of Santa Monica. She was the head of Santa Monica.
The head.
And she came over to Stadia land, the land of electric air. Right. She knows what's up.
That's right. Shout out to Charles.
Computing one day.
You know, hey, Charles, let me Charles, I'll send you the gift card information, you know what I'm saying, through the regular channels. But definitely follow the content, y'all. See that people know how Storm do his entries, so they be doing their homework. If y'all follow the content of that, also follow Project Storm, all that good stuff. Follow the panel here. Their channels are in the description below. I did want to ask y'all real quick, and then we're going to flip over to the after party. But I want to ask y'all real quick, Storm, Eddie, what do y'all think about this NBA 2K thing? I'm going to be honest with you. I've not given it the attention that it deserved, only because I didn't quite understand what was going on at first. Me and the good homie Duncan had a good conversation about this earlier, where Duncan was making contrast between what was happening here in Fortnite, and my rebut simply was, look, I don't think that even as much as I don't like Tim Sweeney, I don't like this at all. This is unethical. They actually had people buy the NBA 2K21 version on Stadia, and we know when it comes to simulation basketball, updating your roster on a regular basis is fundamental. I likened it to like having a pickaxe in Minecraft. Just imagine one day if you go to play Minecraft and the version that you're on, Microsoft just decided, oh, we're taking away the pickaxe. That, to me, that's the equivalent of what's going on here. Because when you're playing simulation basketball, people want the updated rosters. Oh, Damian Lillard got hurt. Oh, and he's actually hurt on my squad. That's what's up. You know, people want stuff like that. And 2K has not been delivering. Here in this article from 9 to 5 Google, they finally admitted that they're going to update it. They said rosters were finally updated, but for 2 months they were ignored. We're going to talk about this in the after party. But real quick before we go there, what do you guys think about this? I mean, do you think that there were simple business reasons for this, or do you think this is a whole nother level of crime from 2K?
That right there, I think that should have kicked off. Man, you talking about the after show? Woo wee!
Yeah, I was thinking about leading with this.
That would have been a good one to kick off the after show right there. Bro, I got a lot to say about it, man, because I'm a 2K gamer, and I got a lot of thoughts on it. And I know some people are pissed off about the fact that they paid full price for this game when it dropped. I got it on sale recently, so I'm not as mad, because I could just say I don't want to play the damn game. But some people were running leagues and, you know, some people do their thing and they play for money at home against their partners and everything. And they, you know, they deserve an updated game, especially if it's on other platforms, man. And if it's being updated, it's just that is not cool. And then when you go back to the whole 2K shenanigans talk from months past or whatever, I just don't like the way it sits, man, for all of the people that really care about this game. And I don't care what game it would have been. If you're supposed to be updating it and this is part of the price that you're charging people for the game, I need that to happen.
Yep.
All right, I would just say a quick thing because I have to bounce. But
okay.
Basically, 2K give one or two about Stadia.
Yeah, it seems that way. 2K Sports.
And we've seen that with PGA as well. Mm-hmm. When you hit the menu button and you enter to play like loading simulation on PGA 2K. So unfortunately, and it's great that the folks I think it's Pixel. Can you scroll the article now again, please?
Yep.
Because it was brought to my attention via Twitter as well.
Yeah.
From
I know Rick Tone was talking about it, and then somebody hit me up in one of my comments.
Pixel Spot. Yep. It's over there. So they put together. It was not only the rosters, but there's like some horrible delay bugs. FPSs drop like to 4 FPSs, and when the game is complete, and you see that it's not a connection issue because the music's still playing, but the game starts to have a horrible like lag with 4 frames per second. And yeah, but apparently the noise that the guys from Pixel Spot made the news, made it to 9 to 5, and now 2K had put in a statement. So that's great. The community, if the community assembles and voice their concerns, they will listen.
Yeah, cool. All right, y'all. Yeah, if you want to hear, Eddie has to go, but if y'all want to hear Project Storm tear into 2K, and I'm going to do so too, join us in the after party. Here's the link. And if you want to be part of the after party, definitely become a member. In order to become a member, just hit that join button below and be a Stadia prescription member or a Stadia Sure Shot member. All right. And with that said, that is it for this week's podcast, man. This was a hell of a podcast. Join us in the after party. What are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about not only this, but we're going to be talking about LucasArts and deals, who they benefit more. What does this mean for EA? And the chance the Indiana Jones game is coming to Stadia. With that said, before we go, first Eddie, then Project Storm, let the people know where they can find you.
I'm available at Eddie Player One, guys. Recently, I posted the review of my 4K monitor, which I love it. And yeah, chat, stay tuned for more reviews as well.
Absolutely. Project Storm, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter. The link might be in there floating around, or if not, I'll drop it for you. But you can find me at the Nephophiliac on Twitter. You can find me here, of course, on YouTube, dropping 4K, 8K, and I even went down to 1440p. But that's the lowest I'm going as far as resolution goes, y'all. You know, 1080p is not. I don't have a problem with 1080p, but I try to bring the most crispiest content for y'all. You know, for people with these displays that you spent your money on, you know what I'm saying? So you can find me here on YouTube. And I tell y'all this, you could definitely find me, and I'm not going to call out all the other places, but find me. I'll skip ahead, then you can tell people the rest. And Sunday, me and Snow Bunny Gaming, you can find us on the YMYOG or Ying Meets Yang of Gaming podcast at 2 p.m. Eastern time, all right? You can find us over there talking about all things gaming, and I'll just keep it short and sweet and let y'all know that there's going to be a show for the ages this upcoming Sunday. I know Bunny wasn't feeling too hot, so we didn't have it this Sunday past, but this Sunday coming up, we might be back if she's 100%.
Yep, absolutely. And definitely, again, join us here for the SSC after party. You know where you can find me, and we'll talk a little bit more about we're doing a commission tomorrow, right, Storm?
Oh yeah, I'm down with it.
Okay. Yep. So join us for the commission too on Look up MM2K videos. You're going to get a lot more content from me, even some Stadia content over there from me as I try to open things up for the community. We'll get more into that. So definitely you're going to want to follow me at MM2K videos. With that said, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for the support. Charles Aram brought up a great point. If you follow the Patreon and you're part of the Stadia War Room in the Patreon, you will get the after party as part of the VOD package. We will upload it later today. With that said, we got to head on over. Peace.
Peace, y'all.